Hey guys, welcome to another Cigar Chat brought to you live on CigarFederation.com, broadcast around the world on the Armed Forces Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are out there in the world. Today, Robbie Raz from Cigar Federation here with you, as I am almost every week. Logan is here every week, rain or shine, India, Texas, Dubai, wherever you are, man. You're always
I know.
here. You're like a cockroach.
boss.
We can't get rid of you.
Yeah, I know, man.
How's everything going for you today? Is it a good day in Texas?
It's funny that you asked that, Rob, because it was a good day today. I'm not angry. Everything is great, except the wife is 37 weeks pregnant. I'm going to go into IPCPR in about T-minus 2 days, and she could have the baby at any time. So, yeah, that's going to be fun.
I like how you started with "I'm not angry."
And I'm not angry. I mean, we've narrowed down the baby names, too, if you care to know.
Oh, we'll get into that.
I care.
I know every girl cares. No, I'll just do it right now.
Oh, you know what? You're in safe territory. Let me introduce the guest, and then we'll get into it.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Joining us today is Ariel from Sirena Cigars. Ariel, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, anytime. You're always welcome here on Cigar Chat. All right, Logan, talk to us. You're in a safe space now to talk about baby names.
I know, because last time I brought it up.
I'm not going to make fun of it, and Ariel's not going to make fun of it, so...
So we've narrowed it down to 2. We're just not sure. And we have middle names. So it's either going to be Kirby Calloway Lawler or Calloway Lane Lawler.
Is Calloway with a K?
I was just going to say that. And is Kirby with a K or a C?
Kirby's with a K, and Calloway's with a C. So Kirby Calloway or Calloway Lane.
Do you want our opinion?
As long as it's nice, because last time I told someone on the show they were drunk and totally molested me for about an hour.
On these same names?
Yeah.
I like Kirby Calloway.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? Calloway Lane?
Yeah, and Lane is spelled L-A-Y-N-E.
Okay, there's got to be a Y in there. It seems like every name nowadays has a Y.
I know. My wife's name is Allison, but it's not. It's with a Y.
She's got a Y in there too.
I know.
Are any of these family names?
No. No. Even though my
What's the
parents are
significance behind
pressuring me.
Kirby?
I don't know. I mean, I just thought it was kind of cool, and my wife thought of it.
I really like it.
So you just don't. When your wife's 37 weeks pregnant, you really don't argue with her. You just kind of say, "Oh, okay, sure, that sounds great, hon."
Yeah, but that's how you end up with names like Apple.
Touché. It hadn't crossed that line yet.
You could name her Sriracha sauce or something like that. That's real popular.
Sriracha.
Oh, I believe that.
No, I like, I'm actually coming around on Calloway. At first, when you first mentioned it, I was taken aback a little bit.
You thought it was stupid, yeah, I know.
I didn't think it was stupid. It was just, it caught me off guard. But I think I'm coming around on Calloway.
I like it as a middle name.
And
I like your both, but middle name. Yeah, Callie.
I like Callie. Yeah,
cute,
exactly.
Right? Little Callie Lawler. That's cute. I think it's cute. Anyway, wow, we've got way too warm and fuzzy. Refocus. All
Bringing
right,
it back. Bringing it back.
Bringing it back full circle. So we're getting ready for IPCPR. We've got, like Logan said, T-minus 2 days. And we fly out on Friday. Ariel, you probably fly out earlier than that.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. So how's the prep going?
The prep is great. It's really exciting. It's our first year having our own booth, which is really amazing because I have like almost absolute full creative control. I say almost because once in a while when I request like sand floors and a waterfall, that gets shut down. But it also adds a level of stress that I haven't dealt with before because there's a lot that goes into it. And not just, the new blends and the new packaging, but also little details that you wouldn't even think of to make the show absolutely perfect. So I'm really excited and really stressed out.
I can imagine. So being the first time that you guys have had your own booth, when did you start preparing for this? When did you start kind of really getting a game plan together and start executing stuff for the show?
We became independent in January, and we started planning for our show in January. I think that now, having this under our belt, we will start planning for our show in September.
Wow.
Literally, I think it'll be great. I think it'll be amazing, but it takes a long time, and the more time you have, the more efficient it'll be. So, yeah.
Cool.
Start earlier.
Oh, Logan, jump in.
Sorry, I gotta ask. So, you were with, my father for pretty much ever, and we made the switch. There was a lot of rumors going around. You're going with Espinosa, who also left my father, but you finally settled with Quesada. Tell us a little bit why you settled with them.
Well, to be totally honest, I didn't.
Well, not settling, but you know.
Right,
what I mean.
but I am working with Espinosa, so.
Oh, you are.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Breaking
I don't
news.
know crap.
Yeah, so our
breaking news.
Our original La Sirena, which was made by my father from the beginning, and is an incredible cigar, is taking a new form with the love and care from Espinosa. So it's coming out of the Lasagna factory. What we did was take a leaf from the original and add something new and exciting and give it a little more, like a little twist. So it's the original with oomph. We're adding color to the cigar. We're making it just bigger and bolder and just giving it more. So I'm really excited for that one.
Okay.
What we've been doing with Quesada for the past 2 years was blending a new line altogether. We wanted strength, and I wanted Dominican strength. And to me, there's no family that's doing that better right now than Quesada. So we've been working with them. We've been blending this cigar for a really long time, and we're really excited to put it out. I'm really excited to put it out. So I've been talking about it and keeping it a secret and giving little, surprise hints here and there and a picture on Instagram just to get people excited. And for it to actually come out in 3 days is like blowing my mind because people will actually get to share it and give me feedback. And then I guess, sorry, tangent, but how we got to them is I really admire and respect and love the Quesada family as a whole. I'm really good friends with Raquel and Patricia and Ostos and Terrence and Esther and all the cousins. I actually feel like I'm, part of their family. I don't know if they're too excited about that, but they have to deal with it. And of course, Manuel's, incredible. So how could you not want to be part of a family in a factory like that? So.
That was a fantastic answer.
I know. And I feel like a jerk for not knowing that.
No, it's okay.
You should feel like a jerk.
Because I saw a picture of what you said, like you were in the Quesada factory, and you're like, "Here's home" or something, and I just kind of put that together and just drew some incorrect conclusions. So I apologize for that.
I'm like one of those little nomads. I travel everywhere, and I make home wherever I go. Because when I'm in the Dominican, when I'm not with the Quesadas, which are my family, I'm with Guillermo and Michelle and the La Aurora bunch who makes my Merlion. So I have 3 factories that I'm working closely with, and I love them all. So they all get to share me like their annoying little sister.
So let me see. So let me make sure I have all this straight. The La Sirena is getting a facelift, redone.
Yep, reboot.
The Merlion is staying the same?
Correct, yep.
And then the new one, which you told me the name, Oceana.
Yep.
Oceana is the new one, and that's Quesada as well?
Yes, and that comes out in 2 days, so
okay.
I'm excited.
Cool. Okay, well that's... So we kind of glossed over this, but how did you get involved in this industry?
Accidentally. When I first got involved in the cigar industry, I was a theater major in my sophomore year of undergrad, and my dad left his family business, bought into a cigar shop, and I would just go there and hang out with him because it was right around the block from my house, and I enjoyed being with him, go watch the Yankee game, have some dinner. It was a really fun time, and I ended up really enjoying the atmosphere. I enjoyed the people that smoked cigars. I enjoyed the aroma, the smell, and just that it was like a relaxing environment. And my favorite part to this day about the cigar industry is how it's one of those great equalizers. You can in every single way, but you have cigars in common, and it just brings you together. And I totally clicked with this idea. And then I started meeting the manufacturers who would come into the cigar shops, and they were like, "Oh, well, come. Why don't you just come, do an event with us, work with us in Manhattan?" And I was like, "Okay." So I started doing that for fun, for some extra money while I was in college, and I fell in love with the industry. And halfway through grad school, Rene Castaneda, who was actually the first person who ever brought me on, he was at the time the vice president of Miami Cigars, he sat me down, he called me into a meeting, and he's like, "Are you really going to become a teacher?" I was getting my master's in education. He's like, "Really, a teacher?" He's like, "Cigars are your calling. Let's create a brand." And I was like, 100%, I'm in. Let's do it. And that was it. And I started creating La Sirena, and the rest is history.
So there's a lot of conversation in the chat room about you being a Yankee fan.
Huge Yankee fan.
I'm sorry that you're missing Jeter's last All-Star game.
It's okay. We have DVRs for a reason.
Perfect. Good answer.
And the commercial is really says everything, right? Oh,
I actually haven't seen it
me.
yet.
Oh, touch me so deep. So
you haven't
deep.
seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. Well,
I got goosebumps.
For real reference, Logan doesn't really care about baseball.
Except the Cardinals when they're in the World Series or the playoffs.
And I'm a huge baseball fan. So, yeah, he doesn't care until the playoffs.
What's
it's like
your
me with
team?
basketball. The San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
We either are horrible or we win the World Series. That's it.
Well, I was just in San Francisco the Monday after they left, and I'm not too upset about missing that series, to be honest. So.
Was when you were out here, the Giants. Okay, that's right. Yeah, you were out here when we tried to have you on originally. We got the schedules mixed up, and I found out that you were at my local shop. You were right down the street. Which
I didn't even know about the day that we were supposed to do the interview.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until I went down a couple of days layer and I was talking to Bird and he'd mentioned that you were there. It's a great shop. That's a
great
shop.
guys. I love coming down to California, and I'm now working with Frank, so we're having a blast. I'm coming back down first week of September and really trying to build up the territory and talk about making that my second home. When it's cold in New York, I'm coming to California.
Yeah, you guys are all talking about storms and rain, and it's 87 degrees with a light breeze here. So
yeah, sure, rub it in.
Yeah, I think we've got a break coming up here pretty soon, so we'll get into.
We should. I don't understand why we. Speaking of.
We should have a break. Well, let's just go to a break anyway. How about that?
Yeah, let's just do it.
We'll get into some more specifics on the new blends and some audience questions on the other side of this break. And welcome back to Cigar Chat, brought to you live on CigarFederation.com, broadcast around the world in the Armed Forces Radio Network. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are today, taking some time to hang out with us. Logan and I are hanging out with Ariel of La Sirena Cigars, talking about all the new stuff that's coming on, Logan's baby names. We've got, what else? Derek Jeter. You got to talk about Jeter.
Tornadoes in Texas.
Tornadoes in Texas and all that. Logan, next segment's brought to us by who?
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Rob. The next.
It's not like it's the first time we've done that.
I know, man. I just kind of just zoned out there for a second. Segment's brought to us by none other than our good friends of Cigar Federation store, powered by Delaware Cigar. You guys don't know about it, you should, because we talk about it every week. A very nice compilation of boutique cigars. Check it out. Store.cigarfederation.com. Back to you, Robert.
Smooth and professional as always, my friend.
Hey, man, I aim to please, man. I aim to please.
So, Ariel, let's talk a little bit about old school cigars. I know there's a couple of questions posted on the site. I hadn't heard of old school cigars. I don't know if Logan had before you guys bought them, and most of these people say that I hadn't heard of them until you guys acquired them. So, what was the story there, and what was the impetus for that move for you guys? Oh, we lose her?
Oh, wait, I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Oh.
That was so weird. I lost you guys.
You look like Max, but that's okay.
I was nervous about the storm shutting this off, and I think I might have been correct. But we're back now, and it's me, not any weird man.
Yep, there you go. It's you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So old school cigars. What the hell went on?
Okay, so old school cigars. My dad's business partner started this brand. They had a few lines, and I get wrapper. I'm a more full-bodied, full-flavored kind of girl, personally. That's my preference. But I do respect that you need a morning cigar or a everyday cigar, something a little lighter. And especially for the consumer base, I do a lot of traveling and events, and there's always people looking for a light cigar. So I tried for months to blend a cigar that made me as happy as the Jack's Light did, And after a while, I finally said, "This is crazy. I'm comparing it to this. I'm not going to get what I want. I'm just going to buy this company from you guys." And they were like, "Well, okay." I mean, I'm hard to say no to. So they gave me the company, and that's what we're doing now. I own Old School. It's part of the La Sirena brand. We're rebranding everything. Right now, we're just adding the La Sirena logo to to all the existing boxes and the cigars, and then eventually we'll think about rebranding it as a whole. But we got the Jacks, the Old School sticks, and the Jacks Light, and I think it just rounds out my portfolio in a way that it hasn't been completed in a few years. So I'm really excited about it.
I love that answer. I'm trying to find something that tastes like this. Screw it. I'm just gonna buy this from you. Okay? Do you take cash?
Yes, take Amex. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, just throw the cash down. I'm taking it and going. I'm actually smoking the Old School sticks, the sticks right now, and it is.
What do you think?
They're all pretty mild by my tastes. The Jack's LT was uber mild.
Yeah.
This one is pretty mild. It's got a nice base of flavors. It's not wowing me in any way, but I think we get a little bit spoiled sometimes with.
I think we're jerks
with the stuff that we smoke. So, what's the price point on these?
Everything's between $7 to $10.
Okay.
In all of the La Sirena lines.
Okay.
And that one's actually blended for us, or was blended for them by Casada. So obviously, it just completes the connection for us.
Sure. Yeah. No. It's a nice blend. I would want a little bit more sweetness out of it. If it was just a little bit sweeter, it would really take it to another level for me. But it's a good solid smoke. Construction's great. I haven't had any issues with it, so it's enjoyable. For me, the Jack's LT, that's the one that we smoked, right, Logan? We did a review on that one.
I think so.
And that one was
That's
really light. Yeah. That one was really light. But like you said,
it makes sense. It makes sense, like rounding out your portfolio. I mean, that's
the thing. It's not, to me, I'm not personally smoking that cigar every day, but there's a customer base and they like it, and you want to give everyone a little something. And as far as I'm concerned, for a light cigar, it had flavor that I haven't tasted. So.
We lost you there a little bit at the end, but for a light cigar, no, and there's a market for that stuff. I mean, there's people who like Catfish, one of the guys who reviews for us. He's a big Dominican guy, loves the mild to medium stuff. So I don't know if did he smoke that one, Logan? I'm asking
no, he
you
did.
like you would remember.
Dude, first of all, I got a memory like an elephant. I never forget, Rob. Don't you ever forget it. No, he did, and he really liked it. And I mean, and that's the thing. It's like in the La Sirena lines, like the original or the classic or whatever you call it, dude, I smoked probably like 5 boxes of that. Love that cigar. But, the Jacks and stuff didn't hit my palate. It's not that it's a bad cigar. It's just there's different types of smokers. And unfortunately, not everyone likes a kick in the teeth, full body, full flavor. Someone likes stuff that's a little bit milder. So it makes sense. I guess I was just confused because I never even, now that I know that it was owned by your dad's business partner, it makes so much more sense. I just thought it was some brand that you kind of found on the street and just kind of picked up because I never even heard of them. That was what was confusing me.
Yeah, they were small. It started as a an in-house line for them, and they tried to take it further. And then I was like, I'm just going to take this off your hands really quick.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to try the new stuff because that's going to be right up your wheelhouse. I mean, full flavor, full strength. The Oceana has more oomph than even the original La Sirena, but the new La Sirena with that little special leaf, it's going to blow you away. I really think so.
And those are going to be ready for the show? Like the new... Oh,
yeah.
Nice, okay.
I actually was smoking one last night. I did an event in New York, and we gave it as like a little sneak preview kind of thing, and people were coming up, and, La Sirena smokers, guys that, like you that have smoked through boxes, and they were like, I was nervous about this change, and now you've sold me completely, and I can't wait to buy the new stuff. So.
Well, there you go. That's always good to hear. I know, Logan, you must be excited for the new stuff because when she starts talking about full strength and full flavor, that's you, man.
It starts ringing in my ears. Let's have some audience questions. I feel like we've just talked about nothing so far.
No, we've talked about everything so far. We covered a lot of these audience questions, actually.
No, this is true. This is true.
We'll jump in here. I got one from Fat Kid.
Fat Kid.
He says, what have you learned being on your own that you weren't expecting to once you, the wording's weird, I'll paraphrase. What's been kind of your biggest hurdles or things that kind of came at you that you weren't necessarily expecting when you guys went out on your own in January?
Pretty much all the little parts that make up a successful company. You know, I had the luxury of doing the fun stuff for the past 4 years when I was partners with Miami. They did all the background stuff, the office work, the things that you don't really think about, because I got to travel the country, smoke cigars with cool people, and promote a brand, which is a lot of fun and really awesome. But before this year, I didn't have to make the hard decisions. I didn't have to decide if a cigar is working or not. Do we keep it or let it go? What about reblending and rebranding? Little things like that, you know. And I'm a woman, and I take things personally, and that's something I've had to let go. It's business, you know. Some people aren't going to like everything. It doesn't mean that you don't have a great cigar or a great, you know, ad or something. It's just not going to work for everyone, and that was a hard part for me too. So I think that, you know, I've been growing, and I'm hoping to continue to grow and keep learning the new stuff that's going to, you know, help me build this company even bigger and better.
That's a good answer. I think we kind of covered everything else here in Fat Kids questions. Logan, feel free to jump in whenever you like. Okay, here's a question from the Cigar Warden, and I don't recognize it.
Damn it! I was on mute. I just went on this whole tirade. You didn't even hear me.
Well,
I saw your lips moving. I was going to say something, but
I was like over here like jabberjaw. I'm like an idiot. Let me ask my question. Sorry, Rob. It's a great question.
Fine.
So I feel like this year has been like it is a great question. This year has been like the year of Miami Cigar like leaving. I mean, you guys have left for Miami Cigar. Barry Stein has left. There's also been the acquisition of Viva Republica, whatever that guy's name is. Can't remember his name. So Jason, okay. What was the impetus of you guys leaving? If you guys have a relationship, some of your cigars are made at La Aurora. I mean, was it that you wanted to just do your own thing and you just, I mean, what was the cause behind it, as much as you can share?
Oh, no, I mean, we'll be totally frank. To be honest, it really just kind of felt like we both grew up. This is how I explain it. It's almost like I started with them. They were amazing. I give them so much credit for taking La Sirena to where it got to. And then it was like, okay, and now it's time for you to go to college. You know, it's like when you have, you know, you grow up with your parents and they've given you everything they can, and then they can't give you any more. And it's time to grow up and move on. And we still have an amazing relationship with them. In fact, Nestor Miranda and Jason Wood, who's helping run the company right now, they're at my dad's shop doing an event. They're upset I'm not there, but I told them, you know, I have you guys. How can I say no?
Exactly.
But, you know, we're still the greatest friends, and I obviously love them, and I really give them so much credit, and I'm so appreciative of them, you know, taking me this far in the industry. But we kind of just, it was time to move on for both of us. And, you know, I think they're really trying to rebrand their company in a great way, and I'm trying to rebrand my company in a great way. So hopefully, you know, we'll continue friends and family and help each other grow and go from there.
Good answer. I was just making sure you guys weren't going to like shank each other at the trade show, and I had to be aware of a knife fight in an alley or something.
No, not at all.
Okay.
That would be more exciting, though. I should have led with that.
If you would have went with that, I would have been much more excited, because then you could have got you, Little Mermaid, shanking people. Nuts.
Oh, man. That would have been awesome.
I don't even know where to go anymore.
I don't know. Ask a real question, Rob.
I actually had one, and now I lost it. Oh, this one's from Cigar Warden. I think this is. We always ask, you know, when we have female guests, ask them what it's like to be a woman in a male-dominated industry, and you know what are the disadvantages and blah blah blah. Cigar Warden says, I feel like most people ask what are the disadvantages of being a woman in this industry. However, what do you feel are the advantages? How has being a female helped you, if at all, in an industry dominated by males?
That is the exact opposite of any question I've ever been asked, and I really like it. Obviously, there are huge benefits to it. I think the thing that I think most is the women in this industry. We're like a sisterhood. We know what it's like to be in it, so we're even more on each other's side, and that's really incredible. It's, you know, part of the reason that teaming up with Casado was so much fun, because those two girls are like my sisters. And also, you know, with the negatives come positives. So men look at you differently maybe at first, but at the same time, would they have looked at you if you were another man with a cigar? I don't know. So I think that's pretty positive. I think the truth is, as cheesy as this sounds, once someone meets me and sees really the passion that I have for cigars, it doesn't matter male or female. I love the industry. I love the people, the products, the whole thing. So that comes across more than anything else. But yeah, you know, it helps me sometimes get in the door, which is a positive. So, you know.
Oh, we've never I don't think we've
Never
ever
heard
asked
that
question.
response. That's a good answer.
Yeah, we've always asked.
Yeah, I've never heard that question. I have all my negatives lined up, but the positives.
I told you we have some guests, or we have some audience members, some savvy guys out there that ask some good questions. In fact, I'm gonna make the executive decision that the warden, cigar warden, which I actually kind of like his name, is one of the winners for tonight. I don't know what he's gonna win.
I was going to suggest that because you did tell me that you like to give prizes to really great questions.
Yeah, that was a good question. So he's one of our. Logan, Mark, write that down.
I'm the boss. You are my assistant. You write that down.
Sure. That's got to stop. I'm not your assistant. XO,
assistant.
maybe.
Executive assistant?
No.
You better look better than that. You better put on a high skirt and some heels, dude. Because that you ain't passing my muster. We got break.
XO, executive officer. I was sticking with the military theme. Never mind. Moving on. Hopefully we won't get into that anymore on the other side of this break. Welcome back to Cigar Chat, brought to you live on CigarFederation.com. Broadcast around the world in the Armed Forces Radio Network. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to hang out with us today. Logan and I are here with Ariel from La Sirena Cigars, talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. Logan, final segment brought to us by. You knew this was coming, so let's. I want a more professional read this time.
Yeah, this segment is brought to us by our good friends at Drew Estate. They make a lot of great cigars. Check them out, DrewEstate.com. I don't know. I just totally blanked, dude.
You did blank.
I don't know. I need to probably like write out a bunch of ones that I can just go to.
Well, yeah, you should, but
I probably should. Anyways, moving on.
So let's see. I've got a question here from Craig at Citrus Walk.
That guy's awesome. You know, he's on an oil rig in Angola.
What's that about?
Dude, he's just an awesome dude.
Is it like one of those things that they escaped from on Face Off? Remember
I don't know about. I mean, I know in the movie. I don't think so. It's like an oil rig. Oh.
An oil rig where?
Like off Angola, Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
he still finds time to come hang out on Cigar Federation.
I love it.
He's cool.
Love that.
We've got dedicated people here. Craig wants to know. He says, "What's your marketing strategy in regards to doing live events and shows? How do you decide? I mean, there's so many different events and tweet ups and things like that. How do you decide what you're going to go to and what you're not going to go to?"
I really like to show support with brick and mortar shops that support me. You don't have to be you don't have to be the biggest shop. You don't have to place huge orders. But if you're consistent and you show support and you really try and build my brand in your store, then I absolutely want to help you do that. And you know, that's my favorite part about my job. Like I said, I thought that was the easy part before. And the traveling is not so much fun, but once you get there and you get to smoke with people who just love cigars, and the customers and, you know, the owners and the guys that work at the shop, it's awesome really building those relationships. So that's definitely, that will always continue to be my motto, my business plan, you know, until I can't do it anymore. And just get out there and show my love to the guys that show their love to me, because to me that's the fun part. So
being the, I mean, you're the face of the of the company. Do you have do you go to all these events, or do you have other people that you can kind of send, you know, different reps or whatever that you can send to these different events?
We do have sales reps in each territory, and you know, in-shop promotions, kind of getting them excited for when I get down there. But I do try and go to each territory at least twice a year, at least, you know. once during the winter, once during the summer kind of thing. I'm actually, my baby sister just graduated college in May, and I'm trying so hard to get her on board for La Sirena. I think that she's been smoking cigars longer than I have, and she's 5 years younger than me.
Whoa.
Yeah, she started, even when I was skeptical, I was like, I love cigars, but maybe if I try it, I don't know. And she's like, give me one, you know. She was like that kind of girl. So I'm like, you know, Mariah, come join me. So she's going to come with me to the show and get her feet wet and meet everybody, and hopefully I'll have a partner on the road soon. And, you know, the cool part about that is you hit 2 places in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And I think she loves it, and she's even yet to be to a factory, and that's really when my entire perception of the industry changed. Was my first trip, and it was actually to Nicaragua, to Honduras with the Camacho factory. Nicaragua was second, and then Dominican was third, and seeing the whole process of literally the seeds being planted to the last person who cellophanes the cigars, and it's all done by hand. It changes your entire life in terms of being a cigar smoker. So once I take her, you know, over there, I think it's done. I think she's going to be sucked in just like I was. So.
She'll be sold.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, that's good. I mean, it gives you the opportunity to kind of keep it in the family, but then, you know, still be able to have twice as many people hitting the road. That's good. Okay, I've got some fun questions here from Bill.
Okay, let's do it.
Our good friend Bill Williams. I don't know if this first one's true, but I'm going to ask it. He says, Bill says, okay, enough about cigars. A few years ago, you sang the Hanukkah song with Adam Sandler on Saturday Night Live?
I did, actually.
How did that happen? I was
an East Coast dry Dell. You know, like I said, I was a musical theater major, big into all that stuff. And the JCC, the Jewish Community Center that I did shows at, put together a choir full of kids, and we auditioned for, we didn't even know what we were auditioning for. We just had to sing, I Had a Little Dreidel, and we decided to go crazy and harmonize and like add some fun movements. And then they came back and they said, okay, you guys are chosen, but we don't want any of that. Just do exactly what we said. So we were like, okay, let's do it. Oh, and it was such a fun weekend. I was with my sisters were there, and there was about 10 other people. And I don't even want to say it, but if you YouTube it, you'll find it. And you know,
people are rushing to YouTube right now. I'm sure.
I know, I'm looking right now.
I was 16 years old, and I had purple hair, but I had the time, not all purple, just a little, you know, 2 inches at the bottom. But I loved it. It was so much fun, and yeah.
See, Bill, man, Bill digs up that information. So he wants to know, do you have any plans of coming out with a solo album?
A solo album, you know. Solo album, probably not. Your ears might start hurting by the 5th or 6th song, but I still believe one day I'm going to be, you know, a big-time movie star. Maybe it'll be a biopic about the cigar industry and how we fought off the FDA and won. I don't know.
There you go. So you're going to star and write it. I love it.
I'll be a little Leah Derman. I'll write it, I'll star in it, I'll produce it, I'll direct it.
Yeah.
All in one shebang.
Okay, and he wants to know, he says, how do you feel about the hostile takeover of Cigar Federation by Logan the Looter?
How, Bill?
I think that's
banned
pretty
forever.
Awesome. I started my whole like sign-in with like, oh, I heard there's congratulations in order, and he's like, for what? And I was like, oh, maybe you hadn't heard, you took over.
I was so last week. Actually,
so I appreciate it. Does that put Bill on the SigFed blacklist?
It probably does. Yeah. His profile may or may not be shut down later.
We can't confirm nor deny that the blacklist actually exists.
Do you guys watch that show?
No, but I've heard I was really going to like it, but I've never seen it.
Stop. It's the one TV show that I actually like tweet about because I am home every Monday, 10 p.m., The Blacklist.
Yeah, really? My wife was... I watched the first episode, and we had just finished watching Homeland. And to me, it's kind of got a Homeland-type feel to it, but it's a little bit watered down because it's on regular cable, not on Showtime. So I was, whatever. But my wife kept watching it, and then she forced me to watch it, and it's pretty good. It's one of the best things on regular TV. I
agree 100%. And he's amazing, and he loves cigars. And quick note, I have a lot of friends that are still acting, and I go on auditions here and there. I got 3 emails in one night saying, the Blacklist is hiring an actress who knows how to cut and light a cigar. You have to apply. And I was like,
I saw that
sounds
episode.
like it was written for me. Right. And then I saw the episode, and I was like, I should have done that.
Oh, man. It's funny. I remember that episode because my wife will always ask me when she sees people smoking on TV, oh, what are they smoking? I'm like, well, I can't see the band. I mean,
Right,
if they were smoking your cigar, I would be able to see it. Because, I mean, the band it stands out.
Exactly, and that's why we do it.
Yeah. It's cool.
So, Logan, you want to jump in? I'm just kind of going rapid fire on these questions.
Not really.
Let's see.
I do have a question, though. I've heard through the rumor mill, and it's probably not true, that on the Merlion and then the Classic, you've got the little kind of blue band, and then you've got this big honker band. I've heard that you were going to originally just do the first blue band, and the second band was kind of an accident. Is there any truth to that or not?
Somewhat of truth. The blue band was not there at all.
Not there, okay.
So the blue band was actually added after the original line came out. So it wasn't until our second shipment that the blue band was added. The size of the original band was an accident. We were working with a graphic artist and a graphic designer. Originally, the center coin, that one, they wanted to make it look like a coin in a treasure chest, but it just wasn't big enough. It wasn't special enough. The graphic designer added all these extra elements, you know, the ship's helm, the wheel, all these beautiful, intricate designs, and sent it to us, and we loved it. We fell in love. It wasn't until we saw the actual band printed that we realized how big it was. It was, you know, we didn't get one of those things that said, this is not true to size. So that threw us off completely. But once we saw it, we were like, yes, this is, you know, we were looking for something different. Like, I'm different, right? When I came out with it, I was, 24 years old and a female. It was, everything about La Sirena was different. So it worked. And then with the Merlion, we were like, we have to stay with it. How could we go small after we'd been so big?
This is true. So you're only like 28, 7.
28. I just turned 28.
Wow.
Okay.
Gemini.
Someone actually younger than me. That's awesome.
How old are you?
Well, I'm really 30, but I look like I'm 50.
It's true. It's a true story.
I wouldn't have thought you were 50.
48.
Oh, thank you. 48 and a half. On a good day.
So I've got a topical follow-up question. This one's from Jacob Scribber. I always want to put an N. I want to put Scribner, because that sounds right, but there's no N. He says, I love the bands and the marketing on your cigars. Has great eye appeal. He says, can you comment on any future marketing design ideas? And I'm going to take that even a step further. So with this new release of the Oceana, I mean, can we expect a similar look?
Similar in terms of intricate, beautiful, colorful, bold. There's metallics in there. It's not going to be the same shape as the original two. It will be big. It will not be as big. I don't know if that just wet your palate a little. In 2 days, I'm sure there's going to be lots of pictures floating around the internet.
Definitely.
I hope you will not be disappointed. But in terms of shape, not going to look exactly the same.
Okay. So, intricate, ornate type look, not necessarily the same size.
Exactly.
You know, this is. I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll ask it anyway since it's here. This is from Sherman. He says, "Do you market your blends towards a female audience or palate?"
I think that's a hard question to answer in terms of what does that mean, because I'm a female audience and I'm a female palate, and I like full-bodied, full-flavored cigars. But then there are female audiences who like flavored cigars, as there are men who like flavored cigars and full-bodied, full-strength cigars. I think I'm an equal opportunity employer. If you like cigars, I want you to try it and see if it's in your wheelhouse, in your palate, in your flavor profile, and we'll go from there. You know, that's the whole thing with the Jack's Light and the Oceana, and the La Sirena and the Merlion. We're trying to build a brand and a portfolio that there's something for everyone.
Okay, fair enough. That's, you know, it's a good. I like the way that you responded to that, because there really isn't. It's like in baseball when you get like last year, Yasiel Puig was a big deal, right? So everybody wants to know who's the next big Cuban player. Just because he's Cuban doesn't mean that he's going to be the same as Puig, or the Tanaka, even better example, for the Yankees. Everybody wanted to know, is he going to be the next Yu Darvish? Well, just because they both came from Japan doesn't mean that they're going to be similar at all. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, to say that the male audience, the male palate, Logan and I have very different likes and tastes.
Yeah, you don't like good cigars.
Well, there's that. So, anyway.
Well, could we say that is slightly sexist? No, I'm just kidding. There's no such thing. We were talking about ists before the show, before we talked to you, Ariel. And we were talking about someone called me an ageist at work, that I was racist against old people.
But it's not racist, it's ageist. You're not racist against old people, you're ageist against old people.
Right.
Whatever, man. I don't like old people.
Old isn't a race.
Wait, how did this? I need to know how this started. Were you actually being ageist?
No, of course not.
The documentation will say otherwise.
No, we'll talk about that on the second.
We'll get into it off air. I've got one more question I want to get to.
Absolutely.
This is the last question. This is from Sean Musgrave. It says, with limited space, and he's a retailer, with limited space and brick-and-mortar humidors, which line of your cigars would you recommend a retailer start with, and why? Same could be said for consumer.
It depends. See, this is one of those other tricky questions. It depends on your shop. There are shops where guys love small ring gauge, medium strength cigars, and there are guys that love Robustos in a mild cigar, and there are shops that love, 660s in a Maduro. So, like I said, I try to come out with a little something for everyone. Depending on your customers, that's where we want to start, and then we can build from there. Our Merlions are our medium blend with lots of flavor, and then our La Sirenas are medium plus with some spice and some sweet. Our Oceana that's coming out in 2 weeks is going to be like a big bam. It's going to hit you, and you're going to talk about the flavor and the strength for a while. And then we got our Jack's Light for the mild guy who's trying to work his way up in the flavor profile. That's why we're working really hard to hire amazing reps around the country, and why I work so hard to work with retailers and customers to try and find where I think you would best be in my portfolio to start, because I want you to build up and grow with us. And if you're at the show, come by our booth and check us out. We're in the back right-hand corner, Hall C, and let's figure out what your customers would like together, and let's bring it in there. So
cool. Yeah, I liked that question, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to answer it.
No, that's a great question too.
With that, we're out of time. So, guys, thank you for joining us this week. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week after IPCPR. Ariel, thank you for taking the time. I know this is a crazy busy week for you, so thank you for taking a little bit of time to hang out with us.
I look forward to seeing you guys in Vegas. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you there. You guys can find La Sirena Cigars. You're at La Sirena Cigars pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, all that. So, guys, we will be back next week. Logan, do we have a guest for next week? We do. We have
next Thursday. Coots
Cigars next week. Okay. And then after that, we're going to have all kinds of new guests. So, again, guys, we appreciate it. CigarFederation.com. Thanks for everything. Everybody stay safe.
Good night.
And we're fucking back. And we can cuss.
So since Kruk always gives us shit for. By the way, Ariel, you can say shit now. Thank you for getting through the first segment of the show.
I was very good. It didn't even almost slip.
Yeah, you did it. She promised she was going to say shit at least once, and it didn't happen. So, Kruk always asks these questions. He says, "Does anyone give you any shit for having such a large band? If they do, fuck them."
Wait, I didn't hear what you said. You broke up. Does anyone ever give you shit?
It's more of a statement than he says. Does anyone give you any shit for having such a large band? If they do, fuck them. So there you go.
I like it.
So there you go, Kruk. I got your question in. Logan, how many giveaways are we doing tonight?
I don't know, assistant. How many are we doing? Sorry, I had to say it.
You set all of it up. I gave one away already.
Okay, so
crap! There was a whole second page of questions that wasn't even there before.
Good job. That's because people ask them during the show, Darkistan.
Well, I barely got through the first page, so what are you going to do?
That's all right, man. All right, so let's just give away, because I've given away a couple before the show, so we have 8 5-pack samplers.
Okay.
And then you can give them away in any way you want because you have them.
Oh, that's right, I do have them.
You do.
Okay. So I have 8 to work with now? No,
Well, you have 7.
7.
Right, because we gave one away today.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we already gave one away.
Rob's not so good in math.
Well, no, because I know we did the Reddit we did 2 Reddit giveaways, or we did
did.
one on the site as well. And is that included in those 8 or no?
Well, we just want to air our dirty laundry, Rob. We got 3 Mazos of 20. We've given away 20 cigars. Done.
So we've got 40 left. Okay.
That leaves us 40. We've already given away 1. That's 35 divided by 7, 5. There you go.
Okay,
Good job.
So we have 5 left. All right.
No, we don't have 5 left. We have 7 left. Dude, do you need me to get out a calculator? Good Lord.
You need to do it with your fingers.
I ran out of toes, man.
Dude.
All right, I'm going to try to figure out how to do this. Logan, you ask some questions.
Okay. So, Ariel, question for you.
Yes.
Let me ask you, has anyone given you, this maybe kind of a deep question, is that do you feel that after you've kind of spread your wings, or maybe your mermaid tail, you've kind of left Miami, you've left the nest, as you've said, do you feel like you have received a more open and welcome reception from maybe brick and mortars you haven't worked with before, or has there been some pushback because, well, we carry Miami, but you're not a part of Miami anymore, so we're not going to carry you, or we don't want to deal with you?
I think it's, there's a few of both, but for the most part, people that have worked with me are excited to keep working with me, and people that haven't worked with me, I now have kind of a new in, because I'm on my own and I'm starting from the beginning, so I can go in there and say, hey, you might not have ever met me before, but I think you're going to really enjoy this. Let's give it a shot, or let's sit down and talk, or have a cigar. But I think for the most part, overall, it's been positive. People are really excited to see that I'm spreading my tail, as you say.
Yeah, your mermaid tail, exactly. Okay, here's another question. I don't think I've ever asked this question. I can't believe I haven't. Let's pretend I'm a brick and mortar retailer.
Yeah.
I am unsure. Not saying I'm intrigued to carry your line. What is the typical protocol for retailers, like to come in and, kind of try out the Lost Runner portfolio? Do they come in and they buy a couple of boxes of everything? Is it they start with a couple of lines and expand? What's the typical protocol for that when you first get into a shop?
Every single shop is different, and we're just excited to get everyone involved. So if you're the kind of shop that wants to bring in one size of each line, we're going to make that happen for you. And if you're the kind of shop that wants to bring in one line in 5 different sizes, we're going to make that happen too. Like I said, it's so funny because it's so dependent on what what the customer base is, and it changes so much territory to territory and state to state. And once we get an idea of what your guys like based on what they smoke and what region the tobacco comes from and the ring gauge of the size and that kind of stuff, then we are able to make a better assessment and make recommendations based on that.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, another question I don't think I've ever asked. Based on certain regions, have you found that, like, the Northeast gravitates to smaller ring gauges because it's cold outside all the time? Or Texas, people in Texas like everything bigger, so they smoke 7x70s. Like, is there a generic stereotype for region, or is it just a complete fucking shit show on what everybody wants? Like, different shops in different regions want different things.
A little bit of a... Are we allowed to say shit show?
Yeah, you can say shit show.
Okay, a little bit of a shit show, but
Okay.
I do notice patterns. So Tennessee is getting big into the Lancero game, which I love. We actually even created a line with Silo Cigars in Knoxville because their customers loved the La Sirena so much, and they were buying the Coronas, but they really wanted a Lancero size. So we created a special, limited production size for them in Lancero. I'm a New Yorker, so this is nothing against New Yorkers, obviously, but, in New York, guys want to show you everything they got. They're going to wear the best suits and drive the best cars, and they're going to smoke the big ring gauges, and they're going to let you know it. I've seen that a lot in the New York area. Generally, I still think as an even playing field, the Robusto is the go-to size. It's not too big, it's not too small. And generally, most cigars are blended for that shape. So guys, they prefer that and they stick to that.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what is the reason. I mean, I wonder if in Tennessee, I mean, it just seems weird that they're into Lanceros. If it's like maybe an influence of Crown Heads, or I don't know. I mean, that just seems weird, but that's really cool. I never knew that. Let me think of another good question. I've been on a roll here because Rob's over there like doing math and.
I'm telling you, I got the abacus out. It got weird. So
Jesus, apparently.
He's being the XO.
Yeah, see, at least she got it right. XO. That's not executive assistant. It's XO.
Hey, listen, man. I'm the MF and CEO. I'll call you what I want. But anyways, no, I'm just kidding, Rob. I love you.
As you should.
Right here, bro. Right here.
Let me. That's where I should stab you, right there. Okay.
If you can.
Bring out the shank.
Because I'm so quick.
Yeah, agile.
Yeah, I'm not very agile.
So with these giveaways, I'm just going to do this real easy. Email rob@cigarfederation.com. Put La Sirena giveaway in the subject line. Spell everything right. Mm-hmm. Give me your full name, address, and I'm going to just pick the first 7 people who email me that.
Go.
Are you sure it's 7?
Yeah, I'm going with what everybody else said. I'm assuming it's 7. If not, 6. Ocho? I don't know.
No, it's 7. Trust me.
7.
You already gave it away to that one guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways.
Okay, go ahead. So there you go.
Well, good. Thank you. So,
indeed,
I got another question. I'm just full of questions. So you have your 3 different kind of cigars made at kind of 3 different factories. Obviously, there's advantages to that, right? I mean, you get to play with different tobaccos, you get to work with different families, that maybe bring something different to the table, different expertise, stuff like that. Great. But is there something that's lost in terms of scale? Like in being able to say, well, I only make 100,000 here, but if I made 300,000 here, I could bring my price down. I mean, is there something that you lose not doing everything at one factory?
That's a really interesting question. I think that the factories that I work with have such integrity and excitement about working on joint projects that that's not even a thought. I know that it could be in other places, but
it is. I'm sure.
I'm sure, because at the end of the day, everyone's in business to make money. But I haven't found that at all with La Aurora, with Casada, or Espinosa. I mean, they treat me like I'm an extension of their own, and I feel like that. When I order a cigar, it's getting started the next day, and it's ready when they say it's going to be ready, and they're generally excited to hear the feedback and the excitement from people. About that.
Got it. So you work with good people, it's not a problem.
Exactly, and I really believe that.
I would agree. So, I don't know, I've never talked to you before, but I find you very interesting. I just never talked to you. I just think it's really interesting. I don't know. That's a compliment.
I feel like you feel like I'm on like a pageant. Like every question I answer, you're like, that's a very good answer.
Oh, now you're talking shit about me. But no,
that's
I mean,
awesome.
I don't know. I think it's great. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think all your answers are great. Like, I think I don't know. I just think you're a cool person.
Logan, you're blushing.
Well, you guys threw me off.
I got a red shirt on. See, it's reflecting off my cheeks.
Normally the questions are the same, so I'm used to my Spitfire answers. But you guys have made me think tonight.
That's good. We appreciate that. We aim to do that.
No, I like it. I mean,
we aim not to be robots.
Yeah. So let me real quick. I just want to announce the winners. And Logan, in a stunning turn of events, Man Angel was the first person to send in his information.
That guy always wins.
We have stocked that man's humidor like nobody's business. I don't think he's ever bought a cigar.
I don't think so.
So we've got Man Angel 1, Fat Kid 1. Jason Fletcher won. Ian Winchester. That's such a great name. He won. Dark Tower. Jason Hill. He won. Dark Tower.
He always wins too.
And CRA James won. He always wins. And Kruk. Big Kruk was the last one to get in. So that's it. So those are all of our winners. Those are all of our winners. And you know what? I'm actually I wanted to pick Jason. It's Schreiber, not Scribner. I wanted to pick him, so I'm actually going to pick him and send him something. So
Hey.
I picked an extra winner, and he'll get. It might not be La Sirena cigars, but he'll get something.
We'll get him something.
Yeah, we'll get him taken care of. So those are our winners. It's Jacob. It's not Jason. Wow. Now I feel like I owe him just because I screwed up his name every time. So anyway, Logan, you were gushing. Go ahead.
No, I'm done with the stream of compliments because I got embarrassed.
No, I like compliments. Keep them coming.
I love compliment banks. I don't get them very often either, so I got to file them way back here so when people talk shit on me, I can just cha-ching, bring it to the front, you know,
That's
and remember the happy times.
That's the whole point of the CF blacklist.
It is.
Is if you're not filling in that compliment bank, then you're left out. So
You ain't winning shit.
So Ariel, you said you're ready for IPCPR. What's the last thing you have to do before you leave?
Pack.
You gotta pack. Okay.
And it's the hardest thing.
Yeah. Do you notice that you have to bring extra clothes because everything smells like smoke?
My life smells like smoke. You guys think you have it hard because your clothes smell like smoke? Look at this. It doesn't come out of this. I've just grown to love it.
There you go.
But I have to bring extra clothes because I can't, God forbid, wear the same outfit to the trade show floor, to dinner, and to the after party.
What?
It's like that?
It's like that.
Wow.
Dude, that's high class.
I
That's
thought
like
we had it
Manhattan classy. No, man. It's the same
No?
shirt all day. I don't even care. No, actually, I will change shirts because I don't want to. I don't know. Walking out of the trade show floor, it's pretty putrid once you walk
But
out.
it's always so air conditioned that at least you don't sweat.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well-
I mean, it's 110 degrees there right now.
Right. The minute you cross, the casino floor, you're done. But
Yeah.
in that trade show convention, I feel like you need like layers.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's last year was our first time there, or at least it was my first time. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit better prepared this year from a standpoint of eating before I get on the show floor, because once you get on there, there's no food.
Hey,
What?
but guess what? There's lunches for media people now.
Really?
Oh, hell broke loose! Yay!
And wait! On the booth right next to the food court.
Oh, double win!
Yes.
Dude,
So
Can I
wait,
get food and come see me?
We
I
get
know.
free lunches?
dude, it's a
There's
long.
no such thing as a free lunch, bro.
It's been a tumultuous. How you say that word?
You
a
got
long,
close. Just move on.
A long, hard-fought battle for about 6 years for media people to get their rights to free lunch, and this year we got it. And it wasn't my doing.
Wow,
But
so
yes, we get lunch now, which is awesome.
Credit?
Nachos?
Dude, I don't know. Apparently it's going to be like pizza or legit shit. So we're not going to get like the real lunch. They're going to bring in like the redheaded stepchild lunch for us, but I don't know, man.
I'm not
The
going to complain.
redheaded stepchild might be even better than the real lunch.
Oh.
Just saying.
Well, unless they hand out beatings with it, which would be horrible. Because you beat the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, or like you ever see that the
What,
chocolate
Rob?
cake?
What now? The rabbit jump out of the cake?
I think she froze up a little bit. I missed it. I didn't know what she said.
I heard rabbit out of a cake, and I'm like, how does that connect to the redheaded stepchild?
I don't know. I think she locked up, but we got through most of the show without her locking up. I was surprised with the weather and everything.
I know.
We'll
give her a second here.
Yeah, we'll give her a second to come back. So, Cigar Warden, I know that you just got here. You need to email me. You won. You need to email me with your information. Punch Nebbit, Craig Greenwood, you were just a little bit late. But
Sorry.
yeah, I do need that email from.
Oh, I hear you.
There you are.
Yay!
It's funny. I was in the middle of talking about a book, so I'm like, well, either you guys froze or you've never read the book.
So
I
what was
heard
this
rabbit
book? Was
out of
about
a hat.
rabbits or what?
No, you know the book Matilda from Roald Dahl? Like when we were kids, he snuck a piece of chocolate cake, and then she made him eat the entire chocolate cake before he was allowed to leave.
It's very reminiscent of my childhood. That's why I'm carrying around these extra 50 pounds.
That's why you're carrying around cake.
Dude,
It's insane.
I've
So
been
they're going
known
to give
to
you a
get
pie
ice
of
cream
pizza, and they're going to be like, you're not leaving the trade room floor until you finish the entire thing.
Hey, man, I'll be
That could
down
either
for
be
the
good or
cause.
bad.
I'll
That
be
could
down
be
for the
right.
cause. Whatever,
Yeah, well,
man.
yeah. Whenever. Okay, Logan, when I go get lunch, you're coming with me. How about that? Fair enough.
I think we could probably do that.
Okay, so we got through all the giveaways. We got through the bulk of the questions. Ariel, is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover yet?
No, I think we got it all.
Oh, did she lock up again? Oh, there you go.
Nope, I saw her eyes blink.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna let. No, I think we're good. We'll let you go. I told you we'd keep you here for about an hour, and that's what we've done. I know you still have to pack. Logan has to pack his. Logan has to pack to match his fly shoes.
Dude, those shoes are fucking pimp, man. Oh, I'm gonna
What
look
are you
so
going to do
good
if you're in
walking in there.
Vegas and your wife goes into labor?
Well, first of all, knock on wood and take that statement back so we don't jinx it. But if we happen to do that, you will see me running, my fat ass running across the trade show floor and hopping on the first flight back to Austin, Texas, because I've been told if I miss the birth of our first daughter, I might as well not even come home. So I got that going for me.
Yeah.
That could be a good opportunity for us to break out the SigFed jet. We haven't really been able to give it a test
G5
flight
that I got in the purchase of Cigar Federation.
Yeah,
exactly.
Built into the cost. I mean, we may as well use it.
Wow.
We can get a pilot on standby.
Okay, so when's the actual due date?
August 1st.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Wow, she's throwing you all kinds of stuff here, Logan. You're screwed.
I think I'll be all right.
No, it's optimism. That's how it's going to be. You'll be good.
It's true. No, I'm good. I mean, I'm good. The only problem is I'm really bad at answering my phone. So I'm literally giving my wife, like, Rob's number, Jared's number, like 10 people's number, maybe even yours, Ariel, who knows. So you guys can announce, Logan Lawler, your wife is going into labor right now. Maybe.
Attention, Logan, get to the airport immediately.
Exactly.
You know what you should do is you should give her my wife's phone number.
No, I'm going to. I was going to ask you about
that. Of that shit, man.
I know.
Not only will she will call you and say she's in labor. Here's the flight number of the flight you need to take, and here's the cab. I already called it. It's waiting out front. Like it's.
Yes. Give Robbie's wife your number.
I'm telling you, she'll hook it up. Last year, on the way home from Vegas, I left my cell phone in the cab that dropped me off at the airport, and I used a payphone for the first time in like 20 years, and I was so distraught. I left my phone, called my wife. I used a credit card because I didn't have any change. It was like an $8 phone call. And so I called my wife and I said, look, I lost my phone. There's nothing I could do about it. I don't know anything about the cab or anything. Can you please just find it? And by the time I got home, she had tracked down, she found out that there's only really 3 major cab companies who own all of the cabs in Vegas. She found out which cab company I was using, the name of the driver, when he gets off, the phone number to call him at, and all this information. And I got my phone back in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dana's legit.
She's on top.
You know that I live in Manhattan, right? I take cabs everywhere. I've never in my life left a cell phone until I...
She cut out at the punchline.
Oh.
You never left a phone in the cab until...
Years ago.
Until 2 years ago?
Yep. At the IPCPR in Las Vegas, on my way to dinner, left my phone in the cab.
Isn't this just a horrible feeling?
It's not fun at all. I was at a bachelorette party in AC this weekend, and my phone just stopped. It was not my fault. It was actually, I got a brand new phone. Stopped for the whole weekend, nothing. It actually made it kind of enjoyable, but it feels like something's missing from your body.
It's kind of scary, actually, about how I don't know, the only word I can think of is how naked you feel when you don't have it. It's like, I feel so vulnerable because I don't have my phone.
And we don't memorize numbers anymore. It's not like you can just pick up a payphone.
I know my parents' phone number and like my elementary school best friend's phone number still. That's it. I don't know anybody else's phone number.
I can literally still call elementary school best friends. Yeah. But any of my new friends that I've made in the past, 15 years,
negative.
Don't even ask.
No dice.
Negative.
Not happening.
Okay, well, Ariel, we're going to let you go.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yeah, thanks. We appreciate it. We'll have you on again at some point later in the year, and we can talk about
I lost the punchline.
all the other new stuff that's going on. And we will definitely see you in Vegas because you're right next to the food court.
Yes, exactly. Come for lunch. Come visit me in Vegas.
Done.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. You
Safe
too.
flights. I'll see you there.
Yeah, travel safe.
Have a good night.
All right, guys. Thanks for the support. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next week, as Logan said, with Coots Cigars, and then after that, we're gonna have all kinds of new folks lined up.
Exactly.
In the coming weeks, because everybody's gonna have tons of shit to talk about. So hopefully we'll be checking in with you guys daily at IPCPR. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do or how we're gonna do it because the internet on the show floor sucks.
It's fucking terrible.
It's bad times. I mean, your internet connection in India was better.
Shockingly enough, that is actually a true statement.
That is factually correct, and it's not even a close race, man.
No,
it was yeah. Wow, she bounced. So it's like we have some free time to just chat. This never happened.
She's like, I'm gone.
She's out. So Logan, what's going on, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. First of all, that was probably one of the funnest guests I think we've had on in a while.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
She's pretty awesome.
But no, man, I'm excited for the show. Getting to hang out with your ugly mug and Dustin, who has the greatest palate on the face of the earth, apparently, and Gerard and Sergio.
You pick up flavors that aren't even there.
He's like, I picked up bready notes. I'm like, no. His palate.
I did get some black tea. It had kind of like an English breakfast kind of finish for me. Okay. Which I had initially wrote down was herbal tea, but my wife scolded me because English breakfast is not an herbal tea.
It's black tea. I could have told you that because I love black tea.
Dude, I live in California. What the fuck do I know about black tea and herbal tea? Herbal tea is herbal tea. It's all
I know.
herbal.
I live in fucking Texas. I don't know shit about teas. I just spent a lot of time in India because you can't drink water there unless it's hot.
So you may as well put some leaves and shit.
So you boil the shit so it's safe, and then you put some leaves in it so it doesn't taste like hot water.
I'm going to ask you an honest question. Do you think anybody's still listening?
I don't know. If they
I
are,
want someone to comment in the Ariel sounds like Mila Kunis. No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
Mila Kunis sounds like Meg, which is unfortunate because Mila Kunis is hot, but she sounds like Meg, so it kind of kills it for me. But anyway, no, good show, and yeah, we'll hopefully be checking in with you guys from the IPCPR. Maybe not the show floor, but back in our
maybe
hotel
back
rooms.
in the hotel room or something.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot more coverage, I think, than we had last year.
I would agree.
So, yeah, Fat Kid's still listening. That's good. And so is Bill, and so is Tyler, and so is Krook. Krook, I always call him Krook. It's Croc. God damn it.
It's Croc.
Is listening, yeah. Sorry, Croc. I keep calling you Krook because Krook and Kipe do play-by-play for the Giants. It's just, and he spells it the same way, so it confuses me. And I can really only think about one thing at a time, but...
I wonder if this is what Kip and Craig feel like on Half-Ashed.
Have you ever met Craig?
I have not.
I haven't met him, but I think
he seems like a cool guy.
He and I were going to try to hang out when I'm in Chicago, but I don't know if I'm anywhere near him. But anyway, Mila Kunis smokes cigars, according to Gary Pruitt. We should have Mila Kunis on the show. And who was that one girl who did? She did that. They used to give her a lot of TV shows, but then they stopped. But she smokes cigars too, and I can't think of what her name is.
Paris Hilton?
No, she's a brunette. Oh well, whatever.
You know who we need to get? We need to get the Duck Commander people on because they make that Duck Commander cigar. Dude, if we did, you know how awesome that would be?
They were at the show for like a hot second last year, or at least that's what I heard. That's what Catfish said. And I happened to tell that to my wife, and my mother-in-law loves her some Duck Dynasty.
Oh, Allie and I love Duck Dynasty too.
And and I happened to mention to it, she flipped the fuck out. It was like, and then I heard about it every day. Did you see him? Did you talk to him? Blah blah blah. And no, I didn't.
No, we didn't even know they were there, and their cigar kind of sucks. So no.
No, but do you remember if there's Wi-Fi on the show floor? Punch Nubbit. There at least last year there was a Wi-Fi dedicated area, but the Wi-Fi was shit, man.
Yeah, don't even try.
So I wouldn't plan on it But Eliza Dushku, that's the girl I was thinking of.
Dude, she's hot.
Yeah, she smokes cigars too. We should get her on.
Hopefully your phone's got a good hotspot there, punch nubbin.
Oh, that's a good idea. That gets expensive though.
Or dog.
Anywho, all right, let's wrap this up. Because now we're just
being dumb. All right,
now we're just babbling like idiots. Logan, I will see you. And are you guys gonna wait at the airport for 2 hours for me, or do I have to come find you?
No, I don't think so.
What time does John get in? Do you know?
I want to say it's like 9.
Oh, so he gets in right around the same time I do.
Well, we're about to talk to him, so.
That's tomorrow.
No, it was today.
I thought it's Wednesday.
I thought the mod meeting. Okay, for those still listening, we are having a moderator meeting today. I thought it was today.
No, I think it's Wednesday, bro.
Well, let me just email everyone and we can confirm and or deny that rumor. Because I'm pretty sure it's today.
Okay, well, shit.
Can you not do it today?
I can do it. Dude, I can do it.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, NRH, this is Igor Groisman, he emailed. He's friends with Ariel to give her a shout-out. Sorry, bro, you're a little bit late. He asked if he was too late, so I'm going to tell him that, yes, he is a little bit too late. She gone. But anyway, yeah, so we'll have some new IPCPR stuff for you guys later, and thanks for the support and all of that, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you later, people.
Later.